Good afternoon to you. I'm meteorologist Lauren Boswick with a look at your first alert weather update. We do have a first alert weather day in store for you as we move into Thursday morning, and some of the strong thunderstorms will all actually start sparking up into Wednesday evening through Thursday morning. And we also have another first alert weather day in store for you as we move into Easter weekend. So I want to give you an update on what to expect. I'll go over and switch to my graphics here and show you what to expect. Again, first alert weather day Thursday morning and into Saturday. We are going to be looking at the chance for some stronger thunderstorms. A few may be on the severe end of the spectrum. And of course, lots of heavy rainfall, heavy rain and flooding concerns are also going to be a possibility associated with these storms that pass through. Right now, satellite radar data not showing anything whatsoever. It's just a nice, peaceful day here across North Texas, but I am tracking some active weather on the way, especially for our western counties as we move throughout the day today. Dew point temperatures are high because we have a southerly flow. We're pumping in a lot of moisture from the Gulf, and that's actually increasing our moisture content here across the Metroplex, as well as a good chunk of the Lone Star State. Notice, however, there is a dry line. So the dew point temperatures I'm showing here is anywhere in the green is showing high dew points, lots of moisture in the atmosphere. Anywhere shaded into the brown, that's where it's exceptionally dry. And you can see a line set up, and it stretches anywhere from Big Bend National Park up into the panhandles of Texas and Oklahoma, even all the way into Kansas. That dry line is actually going to initiate a few stronger thunderstorms as we move into the evening hours tonight for far western counties. Here's a look at what to expect. Again, when we get high dew point temperatures and we actually see a dry line set up, that initializes some thunderstorms, and whenever those thunderstorms really ignite, it could produce some really big hail because we have a very dry layer underneath it. So big updrafts will be expected. Again, this is not necessarily for our area. This is further off into the big country as well as into the Red River Valley near Wichita Falls later on this evening. But look at this. As we continue into the latter part of this evening into the overnight, could see a few of these lingering cells move into our very far northwestern counties. Generally speaking, severe weather outlook. Shouldn't see any severe criteria storms associated with this, but a couple stronger cells may linger into the forecast by later on this evening. Something I want to give you a heads up on. Into the overnight and tomorrow morning, you're waking up to nice mild conditions, just a little bit muggy outside with dew point temperatures in the 60s. Now, the dew point temperature is going to play a huge factor into what we're expecting moving into Wednesday night through Thursday morning. That's right. First alert weather day is expected Thursday for the morning commute. We're talking the DFW Metroplex, likely to see some stronger thunderstorms develop. This is showing Wednesday night is when the strongest activity will be anticipated. And you can see there's now been an upgrade to the Storm Prediction Center. It's up into Paris as well as Sherman, Denton, all the way down into Waxahachie, Hillsborough, and Cleburne. Into those spots, again, a level 1 out of 5, which means that the severe weather risk is there, but the confidence is not extremely high that we will see multiple severe thunderstorms. A couple of those thunderstorms that do spark up could have a couple of embedded cells that are on the stronger end of the spectrum. So once again, I just want to drive home that this is Wednesday evening through Thursday morning, and it could even impact your early morning commute if you're in the Metroplex. So just a heads up, things are looking to get a little gnarly, especially with the heavy rainfall. Could reduce visibility even if we don't see a severe thunderstorm move across the area. Once again, large hail, damaging winds, primary threat here. We haven't seen a lot of rainfall in a decent time period, so flooding is also going to be a concern. We're actually looking at the Weather Prediction Center has a level 1 out of 4 threat for excessive rainfall into North Texas. So just a heads up there, we could be seeing isolated instances of flooding, but generally speaking, not going to be looking at widespread flooding impacts or widespread wind damage, widespread hail damage, but just know that it is a possibility. There is a low-end tornado threat, but it's non-zero. Let's time this out. Okay, we move through our Wednesday into the evening hours, start to spark up some stronger thunderstorms for our very far northwestern counties. Right now, our forecast model is giving us that 10 to 11 p.m. hour. So we're talking about an evening active forecast. So whenever we look at these forecasts, when they're into the overnight and into the morning, it's really critical that you have ways to get alerts woken up just in case a severe thunderstorm moves through your area. It could be critical. Now let's talk about the rest of the evening. System continues to push off to the east. Now we're talking I-35 along the I-20 corridor, impacting Tarrant County as well as Parker County and down to the south into Erath County. Into those spots in particular, it looks like the strongest activity will move through into the early morning hours. We're talking about 3 to around 5 a.m. in the morning. So it's going to be a good idea into Thursday if you need to go into work, maybe talk to your boss a little bit early and say, hey, can I come in a little bit later? Maybe can I come in at 8 or 9 after the storm system passes, because we are looking at some very strong thunderstorms moving across the vicinity. Let's talk about Dallas County and down into places like Ellis and Kaufman, as well as Navarro County. That's where we could see some of the strongest activity take place around your 6 to give it around 9 a.m. hour. Storm system will be quick moving and passing into eastern counties and into East Texas by that 10 to 11 a.m. hour. And look at this. We clear things up as we move through the afternoon into Thursday. So it won't be bad for a long period of time. It's just the early morning commute where we're really concerned about here across North Texas. Now let's talk about our next big weather maker. That's right. It's that time of the year. It's the spring season. We're tracking a big cold frontal system swinging through Friday night through Saturday afternoon. Main threats here, strong thunderstorms, potentially severe weather, but also flooding concerns. We're going to keep a very close eye on training showers and storms. This is our longer forecast model. So again, we are still longer range. Things can change, but this is just an idea of what your Easter weekend will look like. Good Friday. It's likely we'll see some spotty shower and maybe an isolated thunderstorm pop up into the afternoon. By the evening, it's looking like a first round of thunderstorms moves through around your 7 to 9 p.m. hour here across North Texas, and that includes the Metroplex. Then here's our next big weather maker. That's that frontal system pushing across the region into the evening hours through the overnight Friday and impacting your early morning on Saturday. This is a look at around 9 a.m. But the thing is, this is a quick moving system. We're talking around lunchtime is when things will start clearing up from the northwest to the southeast. And then 6 p.m. is looking like things will clear up. Still a lot of moisture in the atmosphere, so I'm still giving us about a 10% chance for some rain into Sunday. But generally speaking, things should clear up just in time for the Easter egg hunts, so your kiddos can get out and enjoy your Easter Sunday, and you can enjoy maybe going to brunch or church that morning. It is looking like Sunday will start to clear up for those folks who celebrate. First alert weather day once again is in effect for Saturday and Friday, about a 20% chance for some rainfall during the day. But look at that temperature dip. Friday 84, and we're back into the upper 60s into Saturday and Sunday. DFW Metroplex, right now we're at 79 degrees. Winds coming from the south, gusting upwards of 30 miles per hour. It'll be a breezy day today. High temperature topping out in the middle 80s, well above what we typically see for this time of the year. Let's talk winds. It'll be gusty today, coming from the south, gusting upwards of 30 miles per hour. Things will die down as we move into the overnight, but winds will be gusty once again into Wednesday. Gusting from the south, once again, 30 to 35 miles per hour. It'll stay breezy all day long into your Wednesday. Tomorrow, not looking at a chance for some rainfall really throughout the morning into the afternoon. It's the evening when we see our big weather maker swing through. Average high for this time of the year is 73, and we're well into the middle 80s tomorrow once again. Let's take a look at your 7-day forecast real quick. 86 degrees is the forecast high into Wednesday. Of course, it'll be windy on your Wednesday. And Thursday, 84 degrees is the forecast temperature. Don't forget, we are looking at that first alert moving through that evening, Wednesday evening into Thursday. Then Friday evening, we have the activity starting to spark up and that continues into your Saturday morning. Into Saturday afternoon, things will taper off from the northwest to the southeast. Easter Sunday, things start to clear up, thankfully, making it a nice into the weekend for your Easter weekend, and winds will be out from the northeast around 5 to 15 miles per hour once again for Easter Sunday. Moving into Monday and Tuesday, temperatures will be in the 70s once again, lingering cloud cover, but at least things not looking to be active as we start the next week. Again, we are looking at a first alert weather day in store for you as we move through our Thursday morning and Saturday. During the day, severe thunderstorms will be anticipated. Heavy rainfall is also back into the forecast. Satellite radar data, nothing happening as of right now, but our western counties have the potential for some stronger thunderstorms later on this evening. Thanks to a dry line, and the green is where we have a sufficient amount of moisture thanks to a southerly flow pumping in the Gulf moisture here across North Texas and pretty much the good chunk of the Lone Star State. That won't include areas of West Texas as well as the Panhandle. Those areas are actually very dry, and you can tell by the brown shades there, low dew points, very dry relative humidity levels. You see the separation between the brown and the green. That is a dry line setup, and that's going to initiate some thunderstorms as we move into later this evening. Places like Wichita Falls could see the chance for strong to severe development, but generally speaking, our northwestern counties just getting maybe a rumble of thunder or a sprinkle as we move into later on into the overnight tonight. By tomorrow morning, things clear up, still hanging on to a lot of moisture. Tomorrow, we're looking at a severe weather threat in the evening through Thursday morning. Into your early morning commute across the Metroplex, level 1 out of 5 threat for severe weather. It's areas to the west of the Metroplex that have the higher potential for strong to severe thunderstorms, especially into places like the Panhandle into far western Texas. That's where they have a level 3 out of 5 threat. Large hail, damaging winds are going to be the primary concern associated with any of those thunderstorms that do pass through as we move into tomorrow evening through Thursday morning. Low in tornado threat, excuse me. It's a non-zero, but it is lower in, something we still got to keep an eye out for. Flooding is going to be isolated, but the threat is still there. Again, here's a look at that futurecast as those storms do pass through the area Wednesday night, northwestern counties into early Thursday morning. That starts to move into the Metroplex and the I-35 corridor, impacting your early morning commute. That continues to push off to the east, and we should clear things out by around lunchtime here across North Texas. Then that storm system passing into East Texas in the Arklatex through Thursday evening. Again, thank you so much for joining us here on our live stream. We'll be sure to keep you updated as these forecast models get better data and the event comes closer. We will be sure to keep you updated. Once again, thank you so much for tuning in, and keep your eye to the sky and keep it here on CBS News Texas.
This is CBS News Texas.